So let's go back to our Manage Form display. And this time, let's click on Manage Display and then Full Content, because we want to edit this view mode, which is the full content view mode. So let's go back to our Manage Display. And what we'll do is we'll create an accordion using the tags and comments field. So click on Add Group, and from the dropdown, select Accordion Item, and we'll enter in comments as the label. And let's create another group, and again, select Accordion Item, and we'll add tags as the label. And then let's just move these groups into position. And let's just move tags so it's just above comments. And let's just make sure everything is working. Yes, it is. Now, if we refresh, what will happen? Well, nothing will happen because we need to create an accordion group. So let's go back to Manage Display and click on Add Group and select Accordion. And we'll call this one Article Footer. And let's move it up and let's pop tags and comments beneath it. Now, this works the same way as the tabs, where you have the tabs field group up the top, and then you have the individual tab items below. Here, we have the accordion group, and then we have the individual accordion items below it. So everything looks good. And let's just click on Save, and let's just make sure everything's perfect. Yes, it is. And if we refresh, we should see an accordion right down at the bottom. So if I click on tags, tags appear. If I click on comments, tags collapses, and then comments expands. Now, we can set one of the accordion items to be open by default, because if we refresh, you will see that neither is open by default. So if we go back to Manage Display and click on the cogwheel for, say, the comments accordion item, and let's click on Open, and then click on Save. And then if we refresh, we should see that comments is open by default. Now, the last thing I want to show you is how to group fields using the HTML element group. Now, this is useful if you want to wrap certain fields with a wrapping element. So let's go back to Manage Display and click on Add Group, and then select HTML element. And let's enter in the label of article header. Again, you can enter in whatever you want because this won't display. Let me just type in article properly and click on Save and Continue. And here from the element field, you can specify which element will be used. So by default, it uses div, but we could use section or aside or footer or header or any type of HTML5 element. And then if we scroll all the way down, we have the important field, which is extra CSS classes. So let's add in a custom class. So I will enter in article -- header and then click on Create Group. And then let's move our article header all the way to the top. And let's put image and body beneath it. So that image and body will have a div with the class of article -- header wrapping it. And let's just click on Save. And then if we have a look, yes, everything's working, looking good. And then if we refresh, we won't see anything because it's just a div. But if we inspect, we should see our wrapping div. There it is. Article -- header. So as you can see, field group is great for grouping fields as tabs, accordions, or field sets, but you can also use it to add wrapping elements around fields.